Hello everyone, Thanak here. Welcome to episode 148 of Building My Industrial Empire in EVE Online. Let's start with the Plenitude HR. You can see that we are now at 288 member in the Alliance, so that's a +7 compared to last week. This is coming from organic growth from our current corporation. We didn't get any new corporation this week, so just new people joining. Again, 288, that's a number of character. And also, I'm not as aggressive in Plenitude at cleaning out inactive member. We are an ISEC group, so there's less pressure to be as efficient as possible and to avoid spy and everything. So typically I don't, if somebody doesn't log on for a week, that's okay. We have a much more casual approach to the game with the ISEC branch that goes with that type of lifestyle. Some people, and sometimes people say, oh, you're like, why are you playing ISEC? It's no, like it don't make any money, but it's just a different type of gameplay. Some people with their family obligation, they can't be on comm all the time. They can't commit to all the pings. They can't, so they just want to have something where they can log in, shoot a little rock and relax while chatting with their buddy on corp chat. And that's like the ISEC life, which is a little more relaxed, I would say, than the Null-sec life. And again, for us, we also accept that people might have a character in both WOMP, like both the Null-sec and ISEC. Most people, what they'll do is, like, if they have some combat character, they might leave them in WOMP and have like their ISEC alt in Plenitude, stuff like that. So anyway, corp is growing, which is good. that's the point of having. If you're that's the point of opening recruitment to your corp, is to get people. So that part I can't really complain. And now finance, you can see that my net worth here, well, not my net worth, the net worth of all the character in the corporation has dropped a little bit, about 2 billion this week. But the blue line here is the actual money. So I did manage to sell some asset from the buyback program, and I did some ratting with Thanak. So all in all, cash is moving in the right direction. The value is dropping, and this is again probably just week to week asset fluctuation that you get. Not too worried about it. Again, we don't have any cash problem. And we don't have any we're a high-sec group that has basically what we need at this point. So we don't have any big need for cash. And sometimes I think that I run a cult, because when I do need resources, I just ask the people, okay, like, can you donate? And I'm usually like, since I try I keep the tax super low, and I try to keep the member rich and provide them with an environment where they can actually get rich. I don't need to be making money off of them, and they return it by contributing voluntarily well beyond what we actually need. So all in all, my feeling is that people enjoy being in the group, enjoy the service we provide, and when we do need something, you always have people contributing to it. So I'm not too worried about the actual like cash reserve of the corporation. We have enough to cover our need, and that's basically where we want to be. Now, Plenimart, I want to show a little bit about the Plenimart. Again, most week we're going like yesterday wasn't the big day, like 670 million traded. Usually we hover between that and about a bill traded a day. Again, we're the biggest market in Canada. One thing that you notice is there was a big drop in number of sell order, and the reason that we put behind it is probably here a month ago we were actually aggressively seeding the market, and my guess is that people that were seeding the market were seeding with order that had like a 1 month duration, so it might have dropped because of that. So we're going to look into it, but I'm expecting that to climb back up. We're still committed to making sure that basically whenever you want to buy something in Canada, you can get it at the Plenty Marts. Like we want to be able to click a buy all and get your fitted chip. That's the goal, and we're aggressively pushing for that. So that's about it for the actual market hub. Poco, we didn't get any new Poco this week. It was by choice. WOMP was already in the ISEC Vortex, so I didn't want to add another one. And also, like I explained last week, financially, once we're past the point where our member have access close enough to the type of planet that they need, and they also have access to null planet if they go to home space, getting more is just to add a little bit of cash flow. But with the cost of the acquiring the Poco, like the cost of the Wordec, the cost of the Genti, with the amount, the low price where we're putting the tax, is just not financially worth it to do that. So the only reason to do that would be to just increase the size of our Poco empire, just to say, okay, just to flex. So I'm not really into that at this point. So far we didn't see any reason to push for that, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that when I'm going to talk about like me as a pilot. For that, we do have a town hall meeting this weekend scheduled, where we can discuss with the member where we want to take the corp, because there is like as a group, when you log in, what do you want to do? And Eve is more fun if you're working toward a goal. In the past 2 months, I feel that the initial goal that we had set up for us, like if I'm disregarding the make a more rival Jita, which is like a super long-term goal, like all our initial milestone, we've blown past them. We have our Pocos, we have our structure, we're doing regular moon poll, we've beat all expectation that I had in terms of recruiting, got a successful market hub. So all the milestone that I had initially set up, we've blown past them. So I'm at the point where I need to be okay, but well, me who's supposed to guide this group toward an objective, to give them something to work toward, what do I want to achieve? What do I want to steer the group toward? And for that, I need to have a good discussion with my member to see what they want to achieve, because I'm not just in this for myself. So anyway, we're going to discuss that with the member this weekend. That's one of the goal of the town hall, is actually to decide to set up our own objective for the next step of our journey with the alliance. Now, aside from that, politics, null politics with WOMP, I didn't get to play null as much as I wanted. I know that we did have a few fights with the Phoenix Coalition. We did manage to shoot some of their skyhook, replace it with some of our Pocos just to piss them off, basically. But I don't have any big battle report, and I personally wasn't there for all these fights. They happened outside of my time zone, so I didn't get to fight Thanak, as like my PvP character has no fight participation this week. One point is safety was active in the area. Safety, for those that don't know, they're ISEC gankers. They did manage to shoot a bunch of people in Canid. From that, only one of them, only one plenitude member lost a ship, and one womp member, I think. The rest, they've been harder on our competitor than they have been on us directly. And this is the type of thing that you just have to learn to live with it when you're living in ISEC. ISEC gankers are a thing. Know they exist. Know how to protect against them. Be attentive. Fit some tank on your ship. Don't fly like a paper thin mining barge. AFK, and usually you should be okay if you know how to play that. Again, sometimes you get caught with your pan down. Everybody loses ship sometime in this game, but just be smart about it, and you can reduce a lot of the damage these guys can do. But they've been active in the area, so I'm just gonna. That's why I'm talking about it now. Me as a pilot, yeah, that's another thing I wanted to say. I did a build job with Thanak. I built 10 Raven. I had started to, I planned to build that, but I took like forever to build all the component because I didn't buy everything, and I wasn't actively pushing to get it done. It was like just a side project that I had. I decided to try to do that. Initially, when I did the initial math, I was supposed to make around 400 mil out of that batch, and if you're going by today's value, I'm not making that amount of money. I probably shouldn't have clicked built on it, but I still did, just because I went through all the trouble of doing that. And this thing convinced me of one thing, is that production is, at this point in the game, I'll say something that might shock my viewer, especially with a guy that has Building My Industrial Empire as his series title. But I think that production in the game, in the current state of the game, is worthless. I think that people shouldn't be producing stuff. The margin are so low, the amount of logistic involved and the risk involved, because you get risk every time you're carrying material. You get the risk of getting shot. You get the risk of your station getting shot. And then you have to convert the final product. Even if my build job would have given me the amount that I expected, like the 400 mil that I expected, 400 mil is less than 3 hours of ratting in Null. So I could make all that money straight in cash. And the problem is that basically the game is being overproduced. You got people that are considering their mineral for free. They're just building and building and building, and the actual value of a build slot and of research blueprint and of structure is honestly not that much. And month after month, you got more finished product that are coming in game than you have getting out. So there's more production than destruction. And this is doing is it's making the industrialist lifestyle not really worth it, or at least not viable as a main source of income, unless you got like huge amount of character and you're scaling on a huge level where you're doing your research once, because the research take time, and then you're scaling it through a bunch of character where it's becoming interesting. But if you're doing that as a solo character building, that's at least personally, I don't feel it's worth it anymore. But again, I don't want to discourage people that want to try that type of gameplay, but I personally don't think I will be building anything more in the near future. That's for sure. And I don't think, honestly, the next expansion that's going to come, like the Catalyst expansion, they're going to make mining easier, which is the worst thing that can happen to miner or to industrialist, because again, you're making think of it as plumbing, where you got stuff coming in and stuff going out, but you get more and more, and you're trying to pack the pipe more and more and more and more. But the problem is stuff is not coming out. Stuff is not getting destroyed. You're not removing the finished product from the game. So you can increase production as much as you want. If you're increasing the mineral yield, you're increasing the amount of mineral coming in, you're increasing the amount of finished good you're putting in the system, but you are not removing the finished product from the system. So the value of transforming the resources into finished product is heading towards zero. If you want to solve that, what you need to do is you need to find a way to remove the finite, like, I don't know, put NPC buy order or NPC mission where you have to deliver finished product, which would then remove those finished product from the game. Because right now, and so, well, okay, Thanak, why are you preaching for that? Eve is a fully player managed economy. That's not true. The rocks that you're mining, they're appearing from the game. The game is providing mineral. You just have to harvest them. Okay? So at some point, if I could deliver, I don't know, railgun to the Galante Navy or whatever, and it would remove the railgun from the game, that would be a way to even out the production and the destruction, because that would be like, it doesn't have to be shot to be destroyed. It would just have to be artificial destruction of finished product to clean up the supply chain and to bring back some value into producing. Anyway, that's me rambling, and at this point I'm fully aware that I'm rambling, but that's a little bit how I feel about production in the game right now. Anyway, that's pretty much all I had for today. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Again, if you got any question, comments, feel free to ask. I know I've been skim over it. I don't know how long this video has been so far, but I feel I've been rambling long enough, and tonight I want to try Where Winds Meet with my wife. It's going to be first time in a long while that we haven't played a MMO together, so hopefully that one is fun too. But don't worry, I'm not giving up Eve, Eve yet at this point. So anyway, see you guys next week, and bye-bye.